Director. We've just organized the Machakos Road Race. It's a one-day classic race, 70 kilometers, 1,500 meters of elevation. Starting from Machakos Garden Hotel, a beautiful resort over here in Machakos town, going up to the Moa Hills, then back through Kaloleni to Kenol. The back end near Kangundo, we turn towards Kadiani. Then the back end of the Kadiani Hill and through Kadiani town and up into hilltop finish on Kadiani Mountain at Mitaboni, the place, or Lita.
Appropriately dubbed Machakos Thigh Grinder is a particularly unique racing circuit. It's one that the riders find distinctively challenging and entertaining at the same time because of its wonderful blend of high-speed corners, heavy braking zone, steep elevation, and steep descents. With a favorable weather, not too hot, despite it taking place in Kambani, it promised to be a thrilling event as heat exhaustion will mostly be kept at bay, with wind speed just under 10 km per hour. The race was flagged off, and as usual, it gets hot very fast. There was also, notably so, no neutral zone in this, a trend that's becoming synonymous with Alex DeVito's races, as soon as it's flagged off, racers are free to ride as fast as they can. The clear favorites to win this race were the Kenyan riders team captained by Charles Kagimu, the African individual time trial champion. They had their race strategy clear with the intention of making this as difficult as possible for everyone else. Freddie Flavorboy took the initiative to lead the first peloton while putting on quite a fast pace. There was not enough time for anyone to settle in as the race started with an elevation from the jump. This was a good opportunity for the climbers to pull off on the bunch. The peloton did not hesitate to follow. A nice neckline was formed and impressive slipstream was being enjoyed at this point. Charles Kagimu did not waste no time in waiting for the race to build up gently as he dropped the hammer barely 5 kilometers in and made an impressive attack. He blasted away. There was no response from the bunch as no one could keep up. This was his race to lose. He came to this race with a clear intention in mind, to win or to win. This was quite unexpected as attacks usually happen at around 40% into the race. You'll think he was competing on his own separate race, which made sense because he's his own competition. Riding the Pinarello Dogma F12, he looked really confident on his strategy to make the early breakaway. Not even his teammates tried to follow for support. Kenyan riders, among others, went on to make an early breakaway with a clear intention of making this race very difficult for everyone else. One by one, the riders causing pain and damage as it wasn't easy to keep up. The peloton started to break off as separation was immediately established. Charles Kagimu was putting on pain on everyone's legs as the gap was increasingly becoming bigger. His teammates, on the other hand, were doing a great job at the back in keeping it contained, with a gap of almost 3 minutes already established at this particular point. And now it's less than 16 people at the front. Moses Muriu, as he is famously known for taking up a challenge, is trying to control the pace by leading from the front. Did not disappoint as he immediately snaked his way to the front. The pace was now increasing as they made their way to the oncoming climb. Charles Kagimu still holding on to the front, solo, with a comfortable gap that's almost guaranteeing a win for him now. He's not showing any signs of slowing down. If anything, the pedal strokes seem to be just going a little bit faster. Climbers are going to be heavily favored on this particular course, as the climbs are responsible for about 60% of the entire gradient in the circuit. An obvious separation is being established. A gap is being formed as we are witnessing the segmentation of various pelotons. Given how much distance is left in this race, one has to pace themselves accordingly and not necessarily try to match the energy of the next person. One has to ride in a zone they're comfortable in to avoid subjecting themselves to bonking. Meanwhile, Bobby Joseph and Paul Lemuri are working together to try and close the gap on Charles, while extending it from the rest of the riders behind them. They are currently in the second peloton. No teammate, no problem. In this type of situation, you have to work with whoever, wherever, while taking turns on work duty. Not necessarily as a friend, because ultimately the end goal is to win. This is the same case behind them. Fast thinking, skillful braking, and cornering abilities were to be rewarded in this course. This particular corner threw off some riders off balance as it was dropping at an almost -8-degree gradient. Without proper awareness, one would easily say hi to the tarmac. I mean, even Baba Krem almost kissed the tar. She had to veer off course. And given how proficient she is in cycling, this was almost a surprise. Speaking of proficiency, Barbara is never one to shy off from any challenge. The pro Iron Lady was leading a peloton of her own, focused, controlled, and confident. It's been rumored that some guys don't even show up or sign up for races once they know that she's going to be participating. But refusing to be faced by the notion that women are weaker than men, but driven by the fact that women can pose a serious source of competition. All it takes is training, and that men should not be intimidated by her or any other lady at that matter, but only see them as equal competitors that they are and not necessarily for their gender. Troy Barry, being a true sportsman that he is, offering Gibson some water, he probably dropped his bottle somewhere along the descent. Regular hydration and feeding is very important, especially in a long distance race like this. This will help in ensuring that your body performs optimally the entire time and also to avoid bonking during or after the race. One will think that this batch train together based on how synchronized they are in terms of feeding and hydrating, which is very important. I'm thinking this is an interval that they all saw fit. Even Wangai has unfortunately crashed. His rims are broken, sealant all spilled out. Doesn't look like he'll be able to enjoy the race. Cornelius Kemboi currently holding the third position with Lawrence Lorotte hot on his tail. Moses Muiruri is not too far neither. Peter Karanja holding on meters behind him. The top 5 seems like it's already established at this point. Solid and steady, currently tackling some of the last remaining ascents. This seems to be a race concluded position-wise. No more teamwork as everybody's resilience is coming to play. It's now an individual effort, your legs to carry you to the finish line. This is a tough race. Normally the top 5 will be closely contested, but with how these gaps are spaced, it goes to show you just how brutal this course is. You'll have to summon all your leg power for this. Maintaining a consistent pace proves to be very difficult. Speeds are slowly dropping, it's only a matter of when and how they'll finish now. Paul Lemuria, the current under-23 men champion, is pushing hard trying to close in on Charles, who's currently holding a comfortable 2-minute advantage on him, eye on the prize. This is playing well within the team strategy. Make it very difficult for everyone else and still get the podium finish. Kenyan riders are currently holding 3 slots in the top 5. They had fielded a total of 6 riders, so having 3 in the top 5 is a huge win for the team. Charles Kagimu is well on his way to winning this race. Cool, calm and composed, coming into this race as a clear favorite to win. This came as no surprise to anyone. Well deserved. There's a reason he is the African champion.
My name is Charles Kagimu. I expected to win the race today because I came here after quite a huge block of training. So yeah, I just came here to see how everything will go, but yeah, I really expected to win, and if I didn't win, it would have been quite a disappointment to me. I did some really good training so that I can prepare for this event. I normally live in Iten, in the side of Eldoret, in Greater Margaret County, and I've been training a bit in the high mountains as well, just like here. So it really helped me to find it quite easier to win. Because I came here to prepare to fine-tune as well for the World Championships happening in Glasgow, Scotland next month. So yeah, also my strategy was to try to make the race as hard as possible for everyone else in the race and also for myself, because I came here to prepare for a bigger event, and yeah, I'm also happy that the strategy worked out quite well.
My experience was great. This was definitely a course that you won't quickly forget. Very well put together, a nice mix of climbing, double digits, really climbs where you swallow a bit like that before going up, and some technical descending, rough patches of tarmac where you have to be careful, some funny detours, conversions, but overall a great course, and that Kathiani climb does not disappoint, definitely makes you humble. So there was some good competition. Alice and Dina definitely are really strong cyclists, and some of the other girls are also up and coming. So I'm glad I was able to maintain my lead, and also caught a guy just 200 meters before the finish line, and glad about that because I always look at the overall ranking as well.
Hello, my name is Paulo Muria, racing with the Kenyan Riders. About the race today, I can say it was really super cool. It was good. Yeah, the course was really beautiful, awesome. Despite of some segments that were in the course, where we had to get off the bikes and then we pushed past the segments so we can get back on the bikes later. Yeah, it was good.
It's Miringo from Dada Rides. Race today was quite tough, but we've managed to complete. The first climb was the hardest of all, and so we tried our best. The climb towards finishing, I think it was 10 kilometers or so. It was fairly good, and the climate was favorable today.
My name is Bobby Joseph. I'm 2022 MTB KCRS champion, and currently I'm riding for Bike Tribe. The race was quite tough and challenging, but it was also fun riding at the high altitudes. This is not my discipline, but I'm glad I did my best today, being part of the breakaway at the start of the race.
Hi, I'm Margaret Mutuko. I'm the under-19 champion. So for today, my strategy was just to find a nice rhythm and climb up the hills. But that was accomplished, although my body picks up a little slowly. But then the rest was really nice, and the climbs were really challenging and really tough, but we managed through them. Yeah, and I'm happy about the performance because I defended my under-19 champion, road champion. I defended my title, and also for the overall ladies, I'm happy about the performance, but not satisfied. But for what I need to do, I need to climb more.